So a couple of settings.
Radio. I'll do the intro once you've finished the settings there.
Yep. For some reason why it changed the what's the word I'm looking for? It's changed the like title name and bio and all that, so just need to quickly change that. There we go, info settings. God, it's like trying to literally like trying to navigate a minefield.
Yeah, it can be a wee bit tricky at times.
Now doing the tags.
Radio.
There we go.
Nice. All set?
Yep, by the looks of things.
Alright, nice. So whenever we're ready for the intro, and I'll get started.
Apparently we already have one new viewer.
Alright, nice. Well, I guess I can do the intro then.
Yep.
Hello lads, how's it going? It's me, Tangosis, with my boy Scott Griffiths. I think
Howdy.
that's how you say your name.
Yep.
And welcome to the brand new Bad Puns Included Banter Cast, where it's pretty much just some good banter, really.
For sure.
So we'll just be talking about games and whatnot, so hopefully you guys enjoy it, and that's pretty much about it, so let's get started with the topics, really. So our topics, which will be read by Scott, are...
What have we been playing lately? We will also be going out of, well, about what trophies we have found difficult to achieve. What would we also like to see at E3 in, I believe, just over 2 weeks' time as well. And, of course, what games we've been looking forward to. So, yes.
Alright then. So Scott would like to begin then with what games we've been playing.
Lately I have been working on build videos. Well, not exactly build videos per se, but also like making builds for weapons and different individual warframes and weapons on Warframe, of course, and also trying to balance work with gaming and hunting trophies as well, which doesn't always exactly work out in my favour. And I've also been mainly putting in as many hours as I possibly can at work so I can get as much money as possible for a music festival I'm going to, which I'll also be recording a vlog video for, so be sure to stay tuned for that as well.
Indeed. As for myself, well, at the moment I'm playing some Final Fantasy 15 Comrades. I figured that I'd get back into it, try to wrap up a few trophies and whatnot. I've also been playing the new Killing Floor 2 open beta on PC for the new Summer Sideshow update, which should be out within, I think, a couple of weeks for both PC and console. I've also been playing some Persona 5, which I actually got last year, but haven't actually gotten around to playing it until last week or 2 weeks ago, and I've been enjoying it a good heap so far. I've also been playing Warframe, of course, and I think a couple of games on Payday 2 the odd time, as well as some Knights of Azure or Azure, however you pronounce it, to also wrap up a few trophies for that. So I've been somewhat busy with a bunch of different games and whatnot. All good fun.
Yeah, doesn't sound too bad. I've
Indeed.
actually, fun enough, I do tend to watch your Warframe videos quite often, as it happens. You do find some quite interesting little tidbits here and there, which always helps everyone. Because as everyone knows,
Indeed.
Warframe cannot exactly be the, for lack of a better word, most explanatory video.
Yeah, it's not the most beginner-friendly game at times.
Yeah, but once you get into it, it is actually very surprisingly quite in depth.
Yeah, like the modding system, the farming, the bases and crafting and all that.
Ah, yes, definitely, indeed. But once you get past that, the game is surprisingly very, very deep, I have to admit.
And of course enjoyable. It's always fun to put together funny loadouts or use, like, I personally like to use like my own off-the-meta loadouts with my own funny builds or whatnot, like an armor stripping Trinity. Basically, if you haven't played Warframe, basically Trinity, she's primarily a support frame which you can use for like healing and energy and whatnot, but how I've got her set is that there's a mod which, if you use your Link ability, which basically if you get damaged, other enemies get hurt, the build, you see, it strips enemies' armor whenever the Link attaches to them, and it basically means if you're fighting Grenier, but usually wear armor, the build strips their armor so you can mow them down like Swiss cheese with any weapon you want, basically. It's one of my fun loadouts I like to shenanigan with. Good fun.
I also guess using corrosive protection aura mod will actually help even more. Then again, that being said, I still think that having corrosive protection is, well, it's practically became a staple on every single one of my builds. So it's well, these days on most of my builds, I tend to use either, well, out of a selection of 3, I either have Energy Siphon, which recovers your energy for your Warframe, Growing Power, which also, I believe, well, I cannot, well, reciting from memory, Afflicting Status Effects gives your Warframe extra power strength, I believe.
I think that's it, yes.
And obviously corrosive protection, so using those 3 Aurea mods practically became a staple in every single one of my builds. But now that I've got myself a quite handful of primed mods, like primed pressure point, which increases your melee damage, and other mods like primed shred, yeah, I've practically been using them, and my builds have became absolute wonders, works of art even. Not tooting my own horn or anything. So yes.
Don't forget the Void Trader's coming this Friday too, I think.
Oh, yes. Actually, come to think
I
of that.
have to stock up on the ducats myself.
I still, well, I believe I bought my way into the Void Trader bundle for TennoCon, But whether or not it actually does include the Barrow relay key remains to be seen. Then again, that being said, I kind of did buy it because I was kind of desperate on platform. So, well, not platinum,
Alright.
platinum. That's what I meant to say.
No, I learned that in France.
How much platinum do you think you've got at the minute, Scott, on Warframe?
I'm going to hide my shame and say I currently have none.
Alright, okay.
Because I do kind of needed slots. Because gladly, lately, in the past week, I have finally managed to get the Stalker's signature weapon to drop, which I'm quite happy about.
For myself, I just got it at... You remember the Tenno-Bon event at Christmas where you give items and stuff and a bunch of stuff gets discounted?
Oh yes, yes.
I just picked it up for myself then and sent another one to a friend of mine with spare platinum I got from a heap of trading.
Ooh, not too bad. Oh.
Yeah, I have a nice method for making a heap of platinum myself now.
Yes, definitely, for sure.
Yes. Indeed. Basically, the way to make platinum, I find, buy the stuff, like, let's say that you're gonna go for a Mag Prime set. Basically, buy the parts individually and then sell the set for more expensive than what you buy it for. So you usually get at least 20 to 50 platinum profit. And it all adds up over time, so you do that. I went from, I think, 100 platinum to 2,100.
Wow.
As well as farming my own other stuff and whatnot, so good trick I use myself.
Wow.
I do.
Of course, having friends that break the market too to overall drive the prices down and wait till it stabilizes and reap in those nice juicy profits.
Yeah, I do have a good couple of river mods. Apparently, according to one of my clan members on Warframe on the PS4, for those of you that don't know, Tangosis plays on PC platform and I play on PS4, although I do sometimes every now and again jump onto the PC platform, but admittedly not as much as I'd like. So as such, platinum prices do kind of fluctuate from platform to platform. But yes, I do have a Rubicon River mod, which when it's maxed out has about 250% plus damage, and I believe cold damage as well. And at the moment, I believe, again according to one of my clan members, that sniper river mods are quote the in thing at the moment. So I'm currently trying to sell that for 300 platinum, but it's not exactly going well. I've also
you'll get it sold soon.
Yeah, I've also got a...
If anyone's interested in it, you know to send Scott a message.
Yep, I'll leave
if
my...
you're watching the stream and play Warframe, of course.
I'll also stick down my PlayStation ID in the description down below. I've also got a Reaper Prime mod, which also with Warframe you've got the Primed Vault. So after a set period of time, different relics and the primed parts do go back into the vault. I do have a ribbon mod for the melee weapon, the Reaper Prime, and I'm trying to sell that for 100 platinum, but again,
not going well, no.
Well, I nearly had a buyer who instead wanted to trade for it, but I was more interested in getting platinum for it, to be honest. So, yeah, it's not the best thing in the world. But at the moment, I think I'm more trying to grind mastery, because at the moment I'm nearly hitting mastery rank 15. So it's kind of being really slow. But at the moment I've got, I'm working on builds for Wukong, Valkyr Prime, the Tiburon Prime, and the Hystrix, which is, I believe, Korra's secondary weapon, I believe. So,
Yeah, it's for a secondary weapon, the Hystrix.
yes. And, well, whenever I do get round to it, which I believe will be in the time of never, or as and when, really, dumping a load of former into my companions, although the likelihood of me doing that is slim to none. So, yeah. It's a lot of stuff to do, and also trying to find and grind the endo. But at the moment, I believe I've got about 35,000 endo, which I'm currently saving up to get myself the saving up to max out more primed mods. So I'd imagine once I've saved up all these endo, I'll be able to dump it into other mods to power to former and power up my companions and companion weapons as well. But I guess it's just comes down to a matter of actually finding the time for it, really. So yeah, I guess we cannot have everything.
My friend and my little brother Riley. And then
Indeed.
I followed a man.
I think the sacrifice quest should be coming out shortly enough as well, I think.
Yeah.
A bar.
I've seen numerous conspiracy videos. Apparently we've got I believe it's from the YouTuber called Original Wicked Fun, which I do watch his videos quite often. He does say about how we could potentially, it's only theory, nothing confirmed yet, that apparently we could potentially be having to, again, quote unquote, sacrifice the Lotus, or sacrifice one of our own warframes to be ballast, God forbid. So, but then again, that being said,
It is just a theory after all, so anything could potentially happen.
Yeah, but between you and me, I don't exactly want anything to happen to Mother Lotus. I'm kind of biased on that front. So.
If I ask to sacrifice my Trinity Prime, oh dear, I don't know about that now.
Although, that being said, can you imagine the uproar that would happen if, from way back in the day, the OG Warframe YouTubers had to sacrifice their Excalibur Prime, which we never actually got to see on console, so I'm kind of jealous of PC players on that front. If we actually...
You remember the Snipetron Dando, right?
Yes I do.
I remember them saying, I think the Snipetron Dando was meant to be exclusive, even though it did come back through the sortie drop, so maybe the same thing will happen with Excalibur Prime, but I think they might end up, I think if they're really desperate for money or whatever, I think what would happen is they'll take a vote, like between founders. Basically, they'll probably ask, should Excalibur Prime and his stuff come back? And I think they'll probably vote on it. That's the most realistic outcome I could think of. Of course, the results being if they won. Either through or bring the Founders Pack back, or through new relics or exclusives. I'm not sure what will happen, but if they do introduce a new Founders Pack or whatever, help.
Yeah.
This is if it happens, mind you. I'm not sure. But then, back to Snipetron, that's going to be exclusive.
Yeah.
That might happen to Excalibur Prime.
Yeah, although
Theory, so please don't be getting triggered in the comments.
Although the likelihood of them doing that is very slim to none, I have to admit.
Yeah. Very unlikely, I would say.
Yeah. As much as I'd like to see it, like, even more so because us console players never actually got to have the Excalibur Prime, so I'd imagine that's practically one of the reasons why we're getting Excalibur Umbra. Because I also do believe that they initially had it for the Chinese region. I cannot remember the reasoning why they had it.
He was, I think it was a law, Chinese law. I think they digital streamed an incentive to get players into the game, so they had an Umbra as their founder's item, as well as the Nakan and Spira Prime. I think we all armor as well, but the Excalibur Umbra, he was what they had. Well, we got Siren Prime instead.
Yeah.
For the global build, his first appearance to the special, which is why he's a quest. We should get him on the new quest coming soon. Just in case they were wondering about the stuff, but hopefully Excalibur Umbra, as well as his quest, are cool. I'm quite looking forward to it myself now. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Which I think brings us on to our next topic, if there's nothing else we need to add, but our next topic is what games we'd be looking forward to. I know, but the new update for Excalibur Umbra and the new guest, which we've talked about, will be our first topic. So, secondly, I think we'll pass it on to Scott, as what he'd like Scott would be looking forward to himself.
Well, first and foremost, I think we should talk about the very big elephant in the room, so to say, and talk about Death Stranding, because admittedly I am quite a big Hideo Kojima fan. Sorry if I'm butchering his name, but still, I do kind of tend to get a little bit triggered every now and again when people pronounce his name as Hideo Kojima rather than Hideo Kojima. Although, that being said, out of all the times that I do say his name, it's probably wrong anyway, so anything could be right. But yes, after the, and I will swear here, the giant shit show that's happened with Konami, I'm actually quite excited for it. Reason being is because obviously Hideo Kojima is now working back with Norman Reedus, and on top of that, he's also been playing with, recording with, I believe, Mads Mikkelsen as well. So it's definitely going to be a star-studded affair, to say the least. And yes, I may as well stop talking about it now before I get far too in depth. But at E3 in over 2 weeks, well, just over 2 weeks' time now, it will be one of the big four games being shown, besides the new Spider-Man, The Last of Us Part 2, and Ghost of Tsushima as well.
That game looks interesting now.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely one for stealth games through my love of Metal Gear. I still have copies, my original OG copies of Metal Gear Solid 2 Subsistence, and Metal Gear Solid 1 on PlayStation 1, and the Metal Gear Solid PS1 Special Missions as well. So I'm desperately in need of getting the I believe they're called the premium packages for all four Metal Gear games, but downside to that is it'll probably set me back about £150, so it kind of sucks. But hey, if you love something, you'll pay the money.
Indeed.
What else am I looking forward to? I'm looking forward to the Spyro remastered trilogy as well, because again, nostalgia hit. So
I quite like Spyro myself as a child. I'm quite looking forward to the Spyro remaster.
Oh,
There's also Payday 3 to look forward to, as well as Overkill's The Walking Dead, which should be fun.
Yeah, which well, I kind of am on a bit too two sides about Payday 2 on console at the moment. I really love the game. I love what they're doing, but I do think that the console updates could happen a little bit more frequently, I have to admit. But yeah, one thing I would like to see in Payday 3, if and when it does come to console, and also it does kind of come with a crutch, depending on how often we'll see console updates, is destructible environments. Like,
If you want to rob a bank rather than drill the safe open, let's blow it up.
Yeah, definitely. Not necessarily on like the Rainbow Six Siege level of destruction, which would be good, but then again, obviously Ubisoft
Engine limitations and whatnot.
Yep. Yeah, I'm quite excited for it, I have to admit. Other than that, without actually doing some serious thinking, there's not actually a terrible amount that I'm looking forward to. I would say Call of Duty, Black Ops 4, but I'm not really particularly looking forward to it, so yeah. Over to you.
Yeah, well, as for myself, same as Scott really, all the games he mentioned. I know this also isn't technically a game, but if there's any Final Fantasy fans watching, Final Fantasy 15's getting another heap of downloadable content this year, or next year I think, as well as a Final Fantasy 15 Comrades standalone copy, so there's also that for you, Scott. The Comrades standalone.
Yeah.
That should be fun. It's also getting a huge update as well, I think. As well as, I think, new missions and raid bosses too, which I think, depending on how it's implemented, could also be pretty good.
Yeah, would be pretty decent. I think, well, with me and Final Fantasy 15, it's one of those games where I play it in like, it's one of those games where I kind of like no life it in quite a short period. Like, say, for the sake of it, 3 days, like playing nothing but Final Fantasy 15, and then there's a very long lull period where I don't play it. So it would be definitely something when I do pick up the Comrades mode. I think it's just like you've got that requirement when you need like X product in order to play that game mode. So yeah, it does kind of set me back.
Is there anything else we would like to say for the games we're looking forward to before we head over to the next segment of trophies or achievements we find quite annoying?
There was one game which sadly has been cancelled. It was called Insane, and it was being made by Guillermo del Toro. Sorry if I butchered his name. Yeah, all we got was just a teaser trailer, like no characters, nothing, just the title screen of it. And yeah, it's sadly enough nothing came to fruition of it. But it obviously, if you had a movie director of his caliber and like creating a game, speaking of which, his likeness is being used for Death Stranding, but still, it's again, it didn't come to fruition, and it's a really, really big shame because I do think that it had the potential to become something great. So, but again, with the rising cost of game prices and more like paying staff, it's slowly becoming harder and harder to make a AAA game. So, but there's a lot of game studios that show a lot of promise and vision, but sadly just don't come to be. So, which is a really big shame. On to the next topic. Difficulty-based trophies. Oh, if there's nothing else that you would like to add?
Wow.
Not really,
I'll
no.
be careful.
Great.
So then, for games and trophies and achievements we find annoying, and I'm pretty sure that even if a game is brilliant, I'm sure there's always one annoying achievement which would probably stop you getting that platinum trophy, or that you'll just say, screw that, let's just do the other stuff or something.
Yep. Speaking of which, I just had visions of one of the trophies coming back. Back when on an older platform, back on my Xbox 360 days. Oh, it's still.
What achievement was it?
It would happen to be called Mile High Club on Call of Duty 4. It's practically, in order to get that achievement / trophy, you have to complete the mission again called Mile High Club on veteran difficulty. It's like 4 bullets and you're dead. Bear in mind you've also got a time limit as well.
I'm pretty sure everyone hits time limits.
Yep.
Time limits and escort missions are a big no.
Yep.
For me at least.
It's practically set on this aeroplane, and you start at the bottom, at the very back of the plane. You have to fight your way to the front, up the stairs at the front of the aeroplane, only to do a 180, and then fight your way all the way to the back again on the top platform of the aeroplane. You've got to strategically place all of your flashbangs. You've got to, rather than reloading your weapons, you have to scavenge weapons as well. And yes, and I've just died on my game. Yeah, you've got to scavenge weapons rather than reloading, because again, wasting time. You've got to strategically place your flashbangs, use grenades, and then on top of that, the very first time when I actually managed to get all the way to the end, I decided it would be a good idea to shoot the hostage in the hand to, again, have the bullet penetrate through. Which, unfortunately, on higher difficulty...
I guess he got one-shotted by that.
Unfortunately so. You've got to... You've practically got to go for the hostage taker's head, and you only get one chance to do it. And I believe, once you actually get all the way to the end, you've practically got another about 5 seconds to actually take the headshot before he kills the hostage and you fail the mission. So that's only just a small. That's the tip of the iceberg. Because for those of you that don't know, I do kind of like to hunt trophies in games. I kind of, well, have a habit of starting games, getting about 3/4 of the trophies, and then moving on to the next game. So I believe I've got about 7 platinum trophies at the moment, and I do have a couple more 100% completions of other games that do not have platinum trophies. So it's definitely something that I'm working on. But I believe I've got over about 5,000 trophies and counting. So yeah. But there is a handful more of extremely difficulty based trophies that I did not have a good time getting. But it's too many to list off the top of my head.
As for myself, I have to say this quick now because I've actually got some food waiting for me, but to put it simply, random number generator based trophies, or RNG, basically one's down to chance. Now here's one thing, I'll do this here quick because as I said I've got some food waiting, but Final Fantasy 15 Comrades, there's a trophy, you see, for raising chocobos. You might think it's easy enough, but the thing is, for the RNG based, is that you actually have to do quests to get chocobos. The chocobos, you see, they need to hit level 99, but there's like a level cap depending on the bird's statistics. So sometimes the max level you'll get up to is like 80, so you have to worry about the RNG to get a bird which can level up to level 99. Then, of course, the RNG for the training of whether your bird will get like good gains from the training, or he'll hurt himself, which you'll have to use turns to heal your chocobo, which means if you're getting quite unlucky at the last couple of levels and he hurts himself, that 0.3 miles per hour gain, you'll have to waste it and leveling up, or not leveling up, sorry, the healing your chocobo, which means you'll have to do a lot more missions to get another chocobo, which you can raise to level 99, and then of course the random number, the RNG to train them and hope it goes well. I spent quite a lot of time trying to get a good chocobo, but this is probably going to take me quite a long time. With that said, I need to go and get some food. I'll try to be quick, but back to Scott for more achievements. He sounds annoying, and hopefully I'll be quick to get this here food, so sorry to leave you like this, Scott, but I'll be back in a few, so good luck, and hopefully that goes well, so I'll be back in a few moments. Sorry.